Hello, everyone. My name is Artur Kuzin. I am head of computer vision at X5 Trail Group. And today I will talk about some kind of transformation from developer to manager. And before I would like to start from kind of a disclaimer that this is pure my personal experience that I'll share with you. So it's might be very, it might be not suited for all, but well, it might be helpful for you in some kind of. So first thing, I would like to start from motivation, because I do believe that this transformation is not a sprint, it's like a marathon. So during all this way, you need some kind of deep motivation that really really reflect your feeling and your passion. So if you would like to increase the money from your job, then this is not the case, because, for example, you just can find another remote job. I do believe that Pavel Peskov will cover this topic on the other section presentation. So just find another job for increasing money. If you think it will be a more easier job, then it's not also true, because you have to solve some kind of not typical task for developers, some kind of a lot of conversation with different people outside from the technical area and so on. So it might be not very easy job. It's honestly will be very hard for the first time. So if you really want to find some kind of easy job, so you need to just adjust your current life work balance. And if you really believe that it will be more interesting for you, then you need to really think about this, because in some cases it's really interesting, but if you not believe in these statements, it's will not work for you. So for me, it's kind of a good motivation was that if I consider myself as an engineer, then also I really like to create some kind of technical stuff that's engineering good and it's work for solving some tasks, then management is like more abstract way to think about engineering, because in this case you engineer not some kind of programs or process. It's like engineering the people and their interaction. And also another good motivation, I think, it's curiosity, because on one moment you realize that you have only two hands and one head, and you're very limited with these resources. So you can get know about a lot of things and check some hypotheses using other heads, and well, it's also not very. It's also very effective, because these people will dive in this area more deeply than you able with your current understanding. So also you can create your own motivation, because it's very personal things. So next thing about what skill you need. On this section, there are a lot of topics that cover hard skills and shape also from, I believe, Vladimir Gluvikov. But I do believe that it's very necessary to increase your soft skills for the management position. By the soft skills, I think about this like it's more deep understand of what's reason behind all this, some kind of behavior of people. For instance, you can think that let's propose you have some kind of task and you really don't want to solve this task, and you just don't want to do this task. It's very simple. It's not very insightful answer. It's very it's very useless answer actually. So more deep understanding of this situation might be that you well, I think that you or maybe other people, it's very motivated people by itself, because you spend a lot of time studying some math, physics, programming, data structure, and so on. So you really you really was very good motivated to get know of all of these things. But in this particular case, it might be not true, because you think that this task is not very interesting. It's not increase your understanding of some kind of area, or it might be just useless. This is one situation. The other situation, that solving this task, you have very big amount of uncertainty. For example, so you can just make first step because you don't understand how to get started to solve this task, and it's very different dismotivation to solve this task. And there are a lot of more different reason to not solving this task for you and for your colleague. So understanding all this more deep motivation, it's very important to interact with people. So I also think that for all of you, it's not a problem with the hard skills, because it's very relatively easier, and well, it's not very easy because it's also hard work, but it's much more clear to how to increase your hard skills. But for soft skills, it's not very straightforward path. It's some kind of variation of different practice. The first practice for me, it's psychotherapy. It's might sounds like it's something wrong with you if you using this practice, because, well, you make a conversation with psychotherapist, and for some people in Russia, and also I believe in very aside from Russia, it sounds like you're crazy, or it's going something wrong with you, but it's not the case, because also, I really think that all of people, even healthy people, might find some kind of useful insight during this conversation with psychiatrist. I also practice about half the year, and I really find all kind of different insight about myself and about other people. It was very useful and helpful. And also, I think that, well, let's be honest. If you spend a lot of time study some kind of science, for example, math, physics, and so on, then it might be something wrong with you on this level, because, well, you spent a lot of time with very difficult topics, and your conversation ability might suffer from this focus on the science. So, in some sense, it might be something really wrong with you, but it's not very drastic or maybe dramatic. It's just a little bit. So another practice that I also used to is meditation. It's also some kind of strange practice, because it's really strong bound with religion and all of this stuff. But I think about this like fitness for my brain. So all of you might be think that it's very helpful for your body to make some sports, or maybe go to the gym and maintain your body in health condition. And there are no such thing no such common thing that maintain your mental statement in the good quality position, good quality state. So the meditation is like really fitness for your brain, and there are a lot of different meditation practice. For example, it might be noting. It's about how to get know what's happening inside your body and inside your head, or maybe it's just concentration on one simple task like breathing, and it's also will increase your ability to focus on the single task. So it might be helpful to dive in flow state during your make some programming or maybe some studies. So I really think that it will be helpful for your soft skills. Also, some kind of helpful practice is reading some literature, fiction literature. In this case, you can pretend that you the main character in this literature, or maybe you can dive in really good world that's described from this book, and so on. So it might be helpful for you to pretend that it's not you, it's other people and other characters. And it's also maybe helpful for you to pretend that you're a manager. And last but not least, it's dating. So I think everybody agreed that you need to have some decent soft skills to convince other people to make any kind of relationship with you. So I think it's a very pleasant process after some steps, because every conversation with other people in this scenario might be very insightful and very helpful. And it's very interesting to meet with other people from outside from your area, because I think it's a lot of friends that also kind of developer, or maybe physicist, or maybe scientist. So it's your chance to talk about with designers, some kind of artist, and so on. And it might be very interesting and very insightful. And also, if you think that on some steps, step, you might think that Tinder is very boring, then you can just switch to Pure, and it's also very new and interesting word. So let's propose that you start to increase your soft skills ability, and what kind of process you can, what kind of step you can take to make closer to your manager position. Well, it's very simple, actually. For example, you can pretend that you're a manager during one of these activities. For example, in a ML competition, you can, let's suppose that you're a Kaggle master or maybe grandmaster, and there are a lot of Kaggle experts or masters that will be happy to make a team to solve some kind of particular competition. And in this scenario, you might be the team lead or team, yes, well, it's leader of the team. And you can all design all of this process and mentorship inside this team to, well, achieve some kind of gold medal or maybe silver medals. Another way to become a manager is to create your own pet project. So in these cases, you can find some kind of people that also think that this particular pet project might be interesting for them, or it's very, or in general way. So this is the same. You just create your pet project and become team lead of this pet project. Also, in your work, it might be sometimes like mentorship for the mentor or maybe for the June. And it's also a good way to pretend that you already manager and try to become some kind of a mentor for these guys. So during all of these activities, you will get this necessary experience to become a manager. And also, well, I think it's also very important to understand how your motivation works. So, for example, you really want to become a manager, and in some step, you make this as a goal for you. But it's not maybe the true scenario, not the very good case, because let's propose that it's really your goal. And in every step, then you approach this goal, you still not already manager. So it's a kind of suffering about and frustration about this. Instead of, and also it's very important, then you achieve this goal, then you become happy for about maybe day or maybe several hours. And instead of this, you can think about what necessary quality you need to become a manager. For example, increase your soft skills, get necessary experience, maybe make more confidence in your hard skills, or maybe lack of your knowledge, and then you can track your progress inside of the skills. So day to day, you might feel that you become better and better, and it will be your kind of internal motivation. You will feel progress in these tiny steps, and becoming a manager, it's combination of your internal skills, your experience, your current position, and some kind of external availability of this position. And then your internal resources and external availability merge, then it's magic to happen. So I think it's might be easier to find the this manager position outside from your current job, because it's very, for me, I think it was very difficult to make a promotion to the manager inside one company, and it's much easier to become a manager in other company, and maybe it will be some kind of startup, because in startups there are a lot of space and possibility for you to show yourself and to become some necessary person that solve all of this kind of task. So I think that's change your work to some kind of startup might be good good scenario to become a manager. That's all. And also, if you have some kind of questions, then I will be pleased to answer them. And if you can't just talk with me, then you can write me during Telegram or maybe others. Okay, bye-bye.